Welcome to the show. Today, I want to talk about taking a beat. Yeah, let's take a beat. It's a hectic world out there. I've just come off a relaunch of my course and an intensive marketing campaign. I've come in today and I've just gone, I need to take a breath and I need to slow down now. And that's okay. I think, a lot of the episodes of recent have been very go, 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 go. And I'm human too, and I need to pull back as well and, take a moment, take a beat. Much like that pop star, that British pop star, Lola Young. I don't know if you've seen the recent headlines. She collapsed on stage mid-song. She was, it was during a performance. And, if we don't stop running around in circles, that adrenal fatigue catches up with us. And eventually, we can all be collapsing in a heap like Lola Young. Now, I want to share my experience of that of recent and how I've moved through this very intense business marketing campaign now to the other side where I can see the light. But I'm not going to lie to you guys, I have some fears too. I have some fears as we come into this end of year, as it is, this really different market space right now that we're all dealing with. And I want to be real about that and real about the struggle, because I think there's too many gurus out there at the moment telling us a bunch of BS and basically trying to gaslight us in thinking that, maybe there is reason to be a little concerned in the marketplace right now with everything going on economically. So yeah, lots of big things to talk about. Let's jump in. Let's do this.
I'm Josephine Lancuba, and welcome to Studio Talent Collective, the podcast for dance and performing arts studio owners. Here we share industry insights, inspiring stories, and real talk to help you build a thriving studio and in-house talent agency. As a performing arts business coach and talent agent, I'm all about dreaming big and growing together as a community. You're in the right place. Let's leap in.
Welcome to episode 216 of Studio Talent Collective, the podcast. I am so excited to be here. So many episodes into this epic journey. Now, let me look. I know that it'll be my 4th year of podcasting, I think this month, which is pretty insane and also pretty incredible. I'm not one to do things in halves. If you haven't noticed, I like to be consistent. I actually had my most, funnily enough, after all these years, one of my episodes actually went viral and is the most downloaded episode of all time. And that is episode number 211, Cat's Eye by Gap, Milkshake Moves and Diversity is the name of the episode, but it's number 211. So if you haven't checked out that one, make sure you do. But yeah, it's been a pretty incredible journey. So thank you for being a part of it. And if you're new, welcome to the cray. Now today I'm talking about taking a necessary beat. Yeah. And just breathing, man. Like, I don't know if you've noticed, sometimes we think people notice things more than they actually do. Like, to me, I was in a relaunch of my course, Talent Manager Bootcamp. You would have heard about it on the previous episodes, sales marketing and all that jazz, as you do. And, I had like daily socials going out. I had daily emails during the campaign period, which I don't normally do. So usually my mailing list is just a weekly newsletter with informative content, updates, stories, things like that. But whenever I'm in a marketing campaign, which is once every few months, for a stint, like a week stint, I'll do like some daily emails. So for those that follow me or are part of my mailing list, forgive me, my friends, for that week. People do forgive me, because they know that that's not all I do. I don't just use my email as a sales space. I actually use it to communicate and connect with the community. So that's a good lesson for you guys too. If you're not utilizing your database and sending regular content that actually connects to community, then I would highly recommend you doing that. And then when you do go to sell something to your database, people are more forgiving because that's not all you do. Like, you actually offer value and you're genuinely there to connect with them more regularly than not. So yeah, so that's kind of how that works. But I was definitely showing up a lot more than usual because, you know, I'm in a intensive marketing launch campaign. Now, the point of that story is that it was a lot. My energy was pretty flat. Now, normally I'm high energy during launch. This time it was harder for me. This was the hardest marketing campaign I've ever done energetically. There was no reason for it except I just felt flat. I couldn't explain it. That doesn't mean I didn't show up, and I was genuine in showing up. I still ticked the boxes, but I gave myself permission to sort of stretch it out a bit longer than I normally would. So normally I do like a 9-day launch. This time I stretched it out to 14. So I actually took a good 3-day hiatus gap and just spent time with my family, went out. But I just changed the rules on myself mid-launch. I extended the bonus period, all that jazz. And the reason I did this was because I was listening to my own energy levels, and I really wanted to deliver on all of the things I promised. Like, I promised going live on particular topics to my audience on socials. Like, I promised all of these things and I wanted to deliver, but I just needed a bit more time because, yeah, my energy just wasn't there. And so sometimes, you know, I think it's okay to change the rules on yourself. Like, we created this business, you know, you created your studio for the flexibility of having that studio. So what I would say to you is, you know, you want to be running the business, not have the business running you. And so I took a necessary beat mid-campaign. Now, after that campaign, which finished yesterday at the time of this recording, I forgot to mention, during that, I even went and I was a stage manager for a corporate client that I'd organized a community stage for at an event. And I had entertainment booked and all of these different things. And so even mid-launch, like I was at an event running this community stage, like organizing talent. So it was just hectic. Anyway, today is the first day after that launch and corporate client booking and all that jazz. And I had all this stuff on my to-do list. And I went, I forgot to schedule a day off. I realized I forgot to schedule a day off. And it was a reminder to self that you need to, you know, we schedule the work in, but we often don't schedule time and space. And even though I've made a conscious effort to do this over and over again, I still forget, right? I still forget. So today I'll go, okay. So I actually chilled for a couple of hours on I watched a show on Netflix. I'm watching some crazy thriller called Wayward at the moment. Don't tell me the ending, guys. I'm halfway through it. Anyway, and I'm just like, I'm just going to watch a couple of episodes and I'm going to chill for half day because I'm like, I need a break. And that is okay. It was a necessary beat. And it's not like and sometimes there's a guilt associated with relaxing. It's almost like, oh, I earned a rest. I deserve a rest. You know, not everyone is like that. Like, I'm sure there's people out there that just rest. They don't feel like they have to earn it or that they deserve it. They just do it, you know? So I've still got work to do around that, no doubt. Like, I've still got a lot of work to do when it comes to allowing myself to mentally detach and just go, it's like, cool, like we're just taking a beat. We're taking a necessary beat. I also couldn't sleep last night. I think it was just coming off the adrenaline of having such a big couple of weeks of work. So I ended up waking up at 3 a.m, doom scrolling as you do. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to go have a bubble bath. So I'm like in the bubble bath at 4 a.m. listening to an audiobook. I'm listening to Die with Zero at the moment, which is actually a really cool one. If you haven't got it, it's available on Spotify. But anyway, Die with Zero. But yeah, so I'm just kind of like taking those necessary beats. Now, at the moment, what we're seeing in the marketplace is a complete shift, and it is harder to sell. And I want you to know that I'm not the only one feeling it. Everyone's feeling it. You're not the only one feeling it. You're not alone. You're not crazy. Don't worry about shiny Instagram profiles. Forget the gurus, all of the performing arts studio coaches telling you if they can sell, you can sell. Like, it doesn't always work like that. Now, I'm not saying that it's impossible. Of course, it's possible. It just requires more touch points. Hey, studio owners, don't go anywhere because I'm giving you a free gift. That's right, I'm giving you my free annual plan and quarterly plan templates. That's right. All you have to do to download your planner templates is head to josephinelancuba.com/plan, because it's time to dream big, plan well, and take action. Can you imagine what your studio business would look like if you had a plan, achieving your goals and everything you strive for in 2025 and 2026? If you want to have a profitable and sustainable business, committing to writing a plan is the first critical step in moving forward towards your dream studio. Download it now. Link is in the show notes. Back to the show. So I saw this post from an influencer that I follow. I think it's called Fate's Label. Anyway, the woman that runs it, it's like a fashion label. And she's awesome. And she's got like, hundreds of millions of people that follow her. I don't think it's that much, but you get the drift. You catch my drift, rather. So yeah, so she has, I wouldn't say she's an influencer. I guess she is. Influencer profile, this brand. She did this amazing post the other day. It was a reel, and she was talking about how the market's changed. So a few years ago when she started her business, now this is retail, but it's applicable to everyone. She started a retail business online. She used to just put up a beautiful photo of the clothes, and they used to sell like hotcakes. She said, now, forward 5 years from when she used to just put up an amazing picture of the clothes and a great post, selling like hotcakes, selling out. That's all they used to do. Now, she said, they have to do a reel, a story, a paid advertising campaign, a post with a pretty picture. They have to, run a sale to it. They have to drive blah, 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 like marketing attention to it, like multiple touch points, essentially. So what used to sell in one photo now requires multiple touch points. So they're still getting the results. And this is what I want to say. It's not that they're not getting the results. They're still getting the same results. They're just needing to work harder for the results. And that is what I am noticing even within my own business. I'm still getting the results, but I have to work harder for them. Even when I run a photo shoot for a talent agency, we always sell out. My clients usually sell out too. But it just requires more follow-up. Sometimes I have to pick up the phone and check in with someone that was interested. Hey, Johnny, I noticed, you said you were going to buy the photo shoot. We've only got one spot left. Do you want to take it? Like, what's holding you back? Oh, I just wasn't sure XYZ. Okay, great. We can negotiate that. But my point is sometimes it's just the extra effort. Now, you're probably noticing that in your enrollment systems and your classroom. I actually did a good episode last week that kind of helps you, strategize around enrolling all year round. So make sure you flick back to that episode. But my point being is, don't let people gaslight you. It is definitely a very different marketplace, and things have changed. Things are different. You're not crazy, but if you're doing the same style of marketing that you were doing a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, you're going to get lesser results. Full stop, right? Full stop. That is the truth. But here's the thing. It's the end of the quarter. It's really hard to accelerate at this time of year. So what I would do is, again, we're talking about taking a beat, taking space, taking necessary time out. I would really take a day out, even half a day, guys, and I would sit down with your 90-day plan and go, right, what does the end of this year actually look like? And what are my goals for next year? Because this quarter can lead you into 2026, but without taking a beat, a necessary beat to breathe and, drop that energy, you can end up like that. Lola Young, British pop star, collapsed on the floor. Like, you're going to end up literally, and I don't know the details of that. I don't know what caused that, by the way. I don't know. That's not the point of what I'm trying to say here. My point is that you're going to end up collapsing in a heap from working yourself to the ground with no strategy, no plan, no space, no time. People say, I don't have the time to make time. I call BS on that. That is absolute rubbish. You do have time, and if you're not taking the time, that is why you don't have time. You don't have time because you're running around like a headless chook without a strategy, because you don't take a necessary beat. You're collapsing in a heap, yeah? And it's just not the way to do business in 2025, and certainly not going into 2026. The market has changed. Your customer has changed. Yes, there are going to be more touch points required to convert your customers, but you can still do it. But they need more touch points. And the reason people need more touch points is because economically people are scared to spend money. Doesn't mean they're not spending it. It just means that they're more cautious about spending it. So you have to convince them that a little bit harder to why they should be spending it with you. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with them spending it with you. You have a valuable offer that is going to benefit your customer. So it's really important to have a transformation message, be customer-centric, really think about the needs of the customer. Like today, I just got an email. I'm in a group that I actually really love, and we connect every week. It's like a networking group that I pay for. And I just got an email from the owner today saying that they are going to be changing the group. It doesn't work for them anymore showing up weekly, and they're only going to show up once a month, and that they don't charge enough for a weekly session. They did not offer any compensation. They've changed the nature of the model of the group. And so, to me, I was really surprised with that email, because it was like, wow, this is the least customer-centric, customer-focused bailout I've ever seen. It was all about them. And I just think that, we can do better than that, especially in our messaging to our customers. So anyway, guys, what today's episode is all about is taking that necessary beat. Just breathe, guys. Just breathe. I want you to sit down this week and schedule a time in your calendar to plan the next quarter. And I don't mean we're doing concert. Yes, that's part of it. But if you only focus on the concert or the end of year showcase, you've completely missed the mark. That is one element of your business. Do not let it rule your entire quarter. Easier said than done? Well, with a plan, maybe not so much. This is what studio owners do at the end of the year. They go into show mode. And this is what they do. They forget about marketing. They throw it out the window. They forget about enrolling new students. They throw it out the window. They forget about forward planning. They throw it out the window. They wait until January 2026 to do their annual plan. Too late. Yeah? You need to start thinking now, and I'm not trying to put pressure on you. I'm trying to relieve you from the pressure, because nothing gives you more clarity and calm than having a plan and a goal ahead with a strategy in place to achieve it. Even if you just write it down, it doesn't have to be a master plan. You just got to write it down. Yeah. You know what? I just think I'm going to give away my free 90-day planner, and I'm going to pop that link in the show notes of this episode. And you know what I'm also going to give you? I'm going to give you my annual planner. So I'm going to give you my 90-day plan and my annual planner. Head to josephinelancuba.com/planner plan. That's all you got to do. josephinelancuba.com/plan. Head to the link in the show notes and grab it. It's totally free. It's all yours. I actually have this available inside of Studio Talent Collective with my partners and members inside of the collective, but I'm giving it away for free. So check it out. Get ahead of the game, but not in a way that's stressful, in a way that relieves you from stress. That's what this is about. And take that necessary beat and just breathe. Thanks for listening.
This episode is brought to you by Studio Talent Collective, helping you go from studio owner to talent manager with confidence. Ready to start your own in-house talent agency? Connect with me at josephinelancuba.com or via the links in the show notes. If you enjoyed this episode, please share, rate, and review. Thanks for listening and keep shining.